I put it on with LBC. I put it on with LBC. Yeah, I put on with LBC. On with LBC. I put on with LBC. On with LBC. Wave riders in the building, yeah, they riding with me. Moon gods on my chain, ain't no breaking the team. Started with a vision, now we running the game. Charge glow, purple teal, yeah, you know the name. From the beach to the block, we controlling the tide. Every candle that we light, that's the way we ride. I've been grinding through the night while the city don't sleep. Putting LBC on maps, taking wins, stacking deep. From the charts to the streets, got the fam in the mix. Every move calculated, yeah, we playing with steel. I put over LBC, over LBC. I put over LBC, over LBC. Wave riders in the building, yeah, they riding with me. Moon guys on my chain, ain't no breaking the team. Crypto hustle late nights, yeah, we stay in the zone. Stacking knowledge, stacking bags, turning charts into gold. Market makers throw shade, but we glow through the rain. Every dip just a test, every loss turns to gain. Got the fam worldwide, but the roots run deep. From the med, I was grind to the LBC streets. This for every wave rider who believed in the dream. We gon' put it on the map, keep it real, reign supreme. Reign supreme, reign supreme, reign supreme. I put over LBC, over LBC. I put over LBC, over LBC. From the charts to the stage, man, you know who it be. It's that Lunar Beaches fam putting on endlessly.
What up? What up? What up? What up? Let's go. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Lunar Beaches Crypto, where we ride the waves of the crypto market all the way to the moon. Thank you all for joining me, or to the dirt. It is Tuesday, January 20th, 2026 at 10:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is 9:03 p.m. Central Standard Time, my time. And man, skipped the stream last night to watch some football, watch the Natty. Go Hoosiers. Hoosiers. Definitely a fan of this year's team, at least. They were fun. They were really good. And but what a game. Man, the refs let them play. It's pretty wild, man, especially that one hit on Mendoza. I'm just like, how did that not get a flag? That is insane. But anyways, good times. Enjoyed it. But we're right back to work. We got some downside today. And we ended up right up at a key level. Unfortunately, within the past 24 hours, that key level has now shifted. We'll get into that. But first, we got to say good evening to the chat. What's going on, everybody? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Alexandra G, Mod Boss, Mod Queen, Mod God. Thank you for being here and pinning that Discord link in the chat. Please join the Discord. I'm sorry, I have not been active at all. But you guys, the real ones, understand. Particularly ones that have kids and day jobs. You probably understand better than anybody. But I've just been super busy, man. Super busy. And I still have a trainee. So as long as I have a trainee, it's probably going to continue to be that way, unfortunately. And there's other stuff I got to do. Update the app. But I can't update midstream. Who knows how long that'll take. TradingView apparently has an update. With this decade-old computer, I don't know if I can click that button and expect to use TradingView for this stream. So unless I go to like the website, but who wants to do that? Anyways, Squirrel, Good evening, Johnny December. Good evening. Thank you for being here. LBC OG, Melissa One Love in the house. How's it going, Mel? How you doing? Thank you for being here. I see you degening lately. But be careful. I know you've learned some lessons. You've learned some hard lessons, and I'm pretty confident that you're doing great, and you're going to do great. You're a legend. What's going on? Overcome. Thank you for being here, Overcome. Thank you. Hey guys, finally made it back to the stream, David. Hey, nice to see you, Kelly. I was sleeping a lot, getting over COVID. Dang, how long did you have COVID for? It feels like I haven't seen you in over a month. But there were the holidays, and then perhaps you got sick after the holidays, and so you've been gone. And it's okay. It's okay. I'm just so glad to see you back in the chat, and know that it wasn't me. Love you guys. Thank you all for joining me. Like all that stuff, whatever. All right. Remember everything. Nothing on this channel is financial advice. We just go over the thoughts in my weird brain. And but side note, my trainee did tell my boss that I am a good teacher, and I don't make things too complicated. I make them easy to understand, and I think actually before I even got into trading, my mom told me once. She said, "You know what? You should probably go to school to be a teacher." I was like, "Ain't no way, ain't no way, fam. I'm not about to deal with a bunch of little S heads." But mostly because it's like I know how I was in school, and I ain't dealing with me how I was, so that ain't happening. But yeah, so and being doing the trades, breaking down the charting and all that stuff, breaking down the charts and all that stuff, I've been told several times over the past few years that pretty much along those lines, not to toot my own horn. It's just what others have said, and I'm just acknowledging it. So let me know if you guys think that is the case. When I do teach, that is. Most of my teaching does come by the way of my streams because that's when I have the most time to do stuff like that. So hopefully you have gained something of value from watching me. And yeah. And it's always awesome when that is the case. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your kind words all the time. And I appreciate you putting up with my crazy life schedule. But yeah, we came here to do charts. So let's do charts. I've got to go to like special physical therapy for the next month to retrain my balance. It's crazy. COVID does weird stuff. Wow, that is crazy. Hey, bro, everyone bearish is crazy. What's going on, Clown World? Thank you for being here. I've gotten crushed since October 10th. I've been spot buying holdings since 2021 with nothing to show. Been listening to Alex O for a while now. Paid for his Discord to dive into learning how to trade. Amazing. And one prime way to get me to help you is to just tag me. If you have a question on anything I do not know, tag me in my Discord. Tag me in Alex's Discord in my channel, and tag me in Piper's Discord in my channel. Just wherever you are, if you have a question, tag me. I can't promise I'll get to it immediately, but I will get to it as soon as possible, and we'll help you out the best way we can. So I didn't even know about equal highs and lows before, David. Whoa, what just happened to my viewers? That was weird. I just went from like 13 to 3. Hello? Loved that 10 series of educational videos you made too. Oh, appreciate that, Johnny December. I went back and surprised no one has said anything about it, but I've caught some little snippets here and there, and it seems like there's some audio issues in every single one of those videos. So that's cool. Praying you get back to perfect quickly, Kelly. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Sorry, I did have a squirrel moment. Sorry. Yes, absolutely. Kelly, please get well very soon. And definitely happy to see you in the chat again. Let's see. All right. Where are we at? All right, so we're on the daily. Got a nice down move today. Just going to do a little recap. Okay, so this is the level that I was talking about at the beginning of the stream, about the key level that has shifted, at least when I was looking at it on my phone earlier, because that was the only way for me to view it. Don't judge. Point of control basically came down to that. Didn't quite hit it, but after taking in new data, that point of control is now above price. Is now above current price. We have also closed below this swing low on the daily chart. That's not good. We've also closed below this upward trending support. That's not good. Currently backtesting it. Bearishly backtesting it. I'm not really a fan of this low down here. We do have the point of control, though, still above us. These levels, as far as this upwards trending resistance / support, they're not a fine-tooth comb or whatever I'm trying to say. You can violate them and then still continue to the downside, which I do think is what we are going to do. I've been talking about more downside. I was expecting for one more push to the 786 at least. That just didn't happen. So that was the first major resistance, and once we broke this level, that was the first major resistance, and now we're just right back in the range. So it just doesn't look good, man. Doesn't look good, fam. And then next thing you know, it's just going to shoot to the moon. You know, who knows? Who knows? Economic calendar. I'm pretty sure there was only something for Thursday. Yeah, so there's there's nothing tomorrow, unless for some reason the market cares about the UK inflation rate and the Japan balance of trade. But our president has made sure that you're paying attention to the US. But most of the time, people are paying attention to the US because our economy, well, you know, in 2008, when the economy crashed, where the housing market crashed, the millions of people around the world literally died because of that. So there you go. Shout out to Army Piper. Okay. All the people from Piper Academy. Wait, I learned a lot from my training from David. Oh, thank you, Kelly. A lot of the people from Piper Academy. That's amazing. Looks like a big bear flag. Sure enough does. Sure enough does. That's the that's the idea. And the measured move here is pulled from this swing level here. So the measured move, now that we have a breakout level, now we have the measured move, which gets you down to about 67,745 ish. And there you go. And that would also be potentially the final wave of a 5-wave crashing structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also known as a 5-wave impulse. So, these 5-wave structures do tend to end long-term consolidation ranges. Not always, but that is what they tend to do. Time will tell. But it's starting to look like we're not even going to get up to that 52-week SMA. Maybe. Let's bring up the indicator, see what we're saying. Now, we are in like super oversold, quote unquote, on our prime, RSI prime, and our momentum on our prime modulator pro plus. I'm going to turn off market oracle. Tends to slow things down a little bit. It's a pretty powerful indicator, so to be expected. Same with the other ones. So let's see. When are they going to start paying me, by the way? I don't even... I don't shill it, so... So yeah, and our money flow, so we're on the 4-hour, and our money flow is starting to dip back in the red. Now, we've already done this once at this bottom. Again, here, a little bit of a higher bottom. Let's see, this red started to come up here, around here, right here. There's that one dip right there before this move up. So the question is, do we follow patterns? Or do we follow demand zones, which we are currently within? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that it's all about the law of probabilities when it comes to trading. I'm also here to tell you that you could make a decision both ways. Just make sure you tell people that's what you did and don't just share the win, share the loss too, okay? People schlong all the time. There's nothing wrong with slogging. In fact, advanced traders understand how to do it properly, because another way of saying schlong is hedge. You are hedging. There's several different ways to hedge. Once you get more in depth in markets, it's something that I think everyone should learn how to do. One of the most simple ways is, let's say, price is moving to the downside. You buy the dip, but you short at the same time. Price goes up. You get stopped out on your short, but your spot bag gains. You're just hedging with the short until you couldn't. Best to time your shorts around highs and your spot buys around lows. What's going on, Retro? Mike Tech, how you doing? What's going on, fam? RMT in the house. We got J-Vi in the house. What's going on, J-Violet? Thank you for being here. I'm long BTC. I'm always long BTC because I hold it. 6-7. Amazing, amazing. Ooh, we got T.I. Joe in the house. What's going on? Joe, how you doing, my bro? Thank you for being here. I can't believe I looked over you earlier. Those magnets. We got a magnet. We got a wizard. I'm not sure what that last thing is. Oh, it's a wand. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is, man. It's the lasers and the wands and things. So yeah, you know, we always talk about those relatively equal highs and lows and how they love to get taken out. We had a bunch of them over here, and all we did was sweep them, and then we come back down. Error. Please use keyframe frequency of 4. What are you saying to me? 4 seconds or less. Currently, keyframes are not being sent often enough, which can cause buffering. Oh. But why? I don't get it, man. Maybe my computer's just getting too old, which is very possible. So what now I will look for, if we don't just continue to dump, is to, which I do think will probably come down tomorrow, potentially with a move up into daily fair value gap, which will then lead to more downside. US is going to invade Greenland and more downside. Who knows? Who the hell knows? I'll tell you this much: it was much easier to trade during Biden. I'm just saying. When you don't even know if your president is alive, not just out there, just causing chaos, like it or not. It's hectic. But I don't know. Not getting into that. NASDAQ again. How we were showing the other night, SMT divergence with the ES. Oh, I thought I drew on it. Oh, I did. Okay. SMT divergence with the ES. SMT divergence being their swing levels at the highs are diverging in price. Two highly correlated assets being the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. SMT divergence is a way to spot divergence in charts without using an oscillator. So you're doing it based off of price instead of charts. Essentially, when you have two highly correlated assets disagreeing with each other, particularly the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones, but what that is showing is that there's a little bit lack of momentum in the move to where both markets do not rise together. So you're just seeing one push. You're seeing one push in one, but you're not getting the same push in the other. If the overall market was strong, they would both rise together. They would both put in new highs at swing levels. So SMT divergence, bearish SMT divergence right there. Anytime it's at the highs, that's bearish. Anytime it's at the lows, that's bullish. And yeah, so I say kind of bearish. I am at least short-term bearish. That doesn't mean... What I would like to see is a nice little flush, man. Just give us a nice flush. Get us down to that 52-week SMA on the NASDAQ and on the S&P 500. Just get that pullback down there. And then we can make our way back to the upside for the remainder of the quarter, leading into the second quarter. Or we can just bleed out until March. And then the market will go sideways. And then in May, we'll get a new Fed chair. And the market will boom because it'll probably be somebody that wants to cut rates to 0 or -12. US is going to invade a bunch of snow. Look, there's 50,000 people on that island. They've got dog sleds. We've got to be aware of the dog sleds. They understand their environment. It's guerrilla warfare. You've got to be careful. You never know what kind of little igloos they have set up underground. You gotta be careful. You gotta watch out for that stuff. Yeah, everybody thought we could take Vietnam easily, but you see how that worked, right? I I understand there was millions of people there, but you know, it's also Greenland and it's cold. We don't do cold. I mean, half the country does cold. I'm doing cold this weekend. Speaking of, next week, if we do in fact get snowed and iced in, I will be able to trade the New York morning session, which is because I'll be off work all week because I'll be home freezing. Let's just hope we have power that's going to be the one thing. So hopefully we got power. And I will be able to trade New York, which is always fun. I always do so much better trading New York. It's just because it moves more. It moves more. It's easier. It's just so much easier. What have we done in Asia? Have we even done anything? Let's turn it on. Yeah, a little bit of a move up. I mean, it's just reaping to the upside, but I mean, we could have caught this. Not during the stream. Can never catch moves during the stream. It's always doing this crap during the stream. Because the biggest moves for Asia tend to happen within like the first like hour. Yeah. So that's fun. Ethereum's up 1%. No one cares. Yeah. So it took out its swing low as well. Now this is going to be the swing, the real one to watch over here is that right here, 2773, 2,773. We are getting super oversold, as the kids say. So look for that push to the upside. Everybody gets super bullish, blah 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 blah, and then do not draw with the magnet on. I'll tell you that much. I'll just look. I don't even know if we'll get into it. Might even just push off of that. See this not even breaking the 50 on a move like that. And then maybe create bullish divergence. Maybe. We shall see. But we don't have bullish SMT divergence. Nope. Because they're basically doing the same thing. Not good. Not good. We need to get back above 91, 295 and hold it and bounce this zone here, which we've now fallen below. We now have to reclaim. That's the first level we got to reclaim based off of where we are currently in price in order for us to even have a potential of moving to the upside, which is still possible. We do get fake out breakouts, and we have not broken. This is why I pointed it out on ETH. I hadn't pointed it out yet on Bitcoin. We have not broken this level. This one being the most important one, but if we break this level, 84, 384, then the rest of this move becomes very, very likely of playing out, in my opinion. So, that's fun. Haven't looked at the chat. What's going on, guys? Just woke up from my nightly old man piece. Like, of course. Mark Dutch. Thank you for being here. Kelly Elephant, I didn't forget about you, I promise. Yeah, you guys are amazing. And you're amazing to each other, which I love as well. So yeah, right now, I'll just look for potentially break of these lows. And then if we break this one, then be careful. We might get a fake FP, fake swing fail, back into this zone to which we can sell off from. And this is what I was going over. I believe I was going over this last week. About this particular area in here and the moves following it. I said this kind of looks like filling up orders, sell orders, okay, even though it went higher, filling sell orders going up for the last little bits that are up top, getting people to come in and start buying so they can fill those final orders before they then send it down. Because this looked like exhaustion pushes to me. Exhaustion being bullish exhaustion. Unfortunately. So, structure's got to change. You've got to get back above these highs. You got to create another higher high, higher low, and you got to start over because we were trying to get it started here, but now we've broken this low. Still holding the primary low, primary swing level. This is the next one. And I think this one actually went higher than this one. Yeah, it did. So really, we've already broken a significant swing level. Yeah. Gonna be like this, because that broke that high. Then we come down, up, come down, breaking the swing level. Maybe coming back up to that before rolling over. Yep. I think there's good reason to be bearish because everything is kind of saying it might be a good time to be bearish. So, yeah, I mean, let's see. Let's take a look at alts. How are alts faring right now? XRP trying to get a bounce off that 886. Man, it had a nasty wick down yesterday. A little nasty. Clearing. Now we could just be clearing out longs. Just taking them out before we then push to the upside. There might also be longs at the major swing level lows that need to get taken out. So there's that. Ooh, we got Bitcoin dominance starting to make another push to the upside. That's really not good, especially for alts, because that means you're having a little bit of a flight to safety. People fleeing alts, getting into Bitcoin because it's the safer hold than your altcoins. That's why people go into Bitcoin. It's safer long term. But we also have, this is why we're kind of sideways, because we also have stable coins now. So, and those are playing way more of a role in the safe trade or the hold cash trade. But I'm as rookie as can be. What'd you say? Too afraid to open up shorts though with this much damage. I wouldn't be opening up shorts at the moment because we've already had a move down. Okay. And we are at the base. The base. We are getting a bounce off of the base of this range here. Okay. So we have all these lows. You get the pushes out, push out, and then finally big push up. But the base down here, if I just connect all lows, starting with this lowest low of this little move here, didn't quite get there. This is where we got a whole bunch of opens and closes on the 4 hour too, so it's not insignificant. Breakout, push, climb. Yeah, so I mean, just generally, if I just take in most of the candles here and just kind of exclude the little short-term pumps, I mean, you are getting a bounce off of that zone. So where I would start to look for shorts is somewhere in the retracement levels. We can pull a fib. We go from high to low. The golden pocket is right at the higher time frame. 50% retracement. They're right at each other. 94K, basically. Short 94K. If it gets up there, we also have the 382 sitting right here at the new point of control, which is sitting right at this range right here, right? So just stacking more and more confluence, and yeah, we do have all of those relatively equal highs up here though. And I know we'll come for them. I can't guarantee it because maybe there's somewhere on the chart that I haven't seen where equal highs or equal lows didn't ever in the history of time get taken out. But at some point, pretty much always get taken out. Yeah, it's a nice little range, 94 to 930, 396. It's really hard to read that. Might need to make my numbers more grandpa bold. I tell you, Johnny, my eyes are getting bad. Why do I sound like Joe Biden? I do a better Joe Biden than I do a Donald Trump. And now I'm mixing in George Bush. We're gonna go nuclear. We're gonna get the terror. We're going after terrorists. We're gonna stop terror. We're gonna stop terrorism. We're gonna have a good old time. Where? Oh, font size. Oh. I suddenly can see them much better. Nerd. Yeah, I am a nerd. You gotta do Biden when eyes closed. You got to. You gotta. All right. Goodness. All right. So what's the Russell doing? Are we still climbing on the Russell? I mean, it's just freaking trying to stay, trying to keep going. Has not quite hit the measured move just yet. Could it get there? Maybe. This might be like the last hurrah type of deal. Is the Russell popping off? So that's still going. It looks like it's creating a little bit of a bull flag in here. Patterns do play out way more often on stonks. Just because they're far more established. Just like patterns play out far more often on Bitcoin than they do altcoins. Patterns also play out way more often on 4-hour time frame or higher than they do on the lower time frames. It's about how much data you have within price, for price, within the patterns. There we go. USDT dominance, getting a rise. It's getting a rise out of me. And guess what? It is bouncing. It is in a bull flag. I'm getting delirious. I am a little tired. A little tired and a little wired. Physically tired. Brain's wired. Yeah, this is... Breakout there. No breakout there. Could get a push into here. And if it does that, we'll put in the low on Bitcoin and the bottom will be in. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it unless things change. I still think Bitcoin is going to come down. It's going to take out this low. The only thing I'm not really sure is if we're going to take out this low. Taking out this low would be a very big break in macro structure and could get pretty ugly really soon. Potentially. Still trying to figure out if this is going to be just an ABC. If it's just an ABC, then we can move to the upside. If it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah. Earlier I did say that tends to be the end of a consolidation range. Tends to be. But what it could also be is you get a 5-wave structure. And then you get an ABC. And then you get another 5-wave structure. And it might go faster than that. Let's see. I mean, if we stick to 4-year cycles, then the bottom should be in actually around here. So let's keep that in mind. Let's get rid of that. Let's do this over there. So realistically, could we get a push up, big mega, everybody gets super bullish? Yes. Could we get another 5-wave structure to the downside? Where we get a bottom somewhere in here? October, November? Sure. I don't see why not. Could that create some type of bear flag or bull flag rather? Yeah, definitely could. Definitely could. Or is it more likely, because this is kind of my thing, those that have been watching for a while will know. Clean chart. Clean chart. Clean chart. Let's go to the weekly. Flat correction. Flat correction. All right, flat correction. So there's a few different flats, but some of the more primary ones, especially the ones based off of the current market structure, you put in a high, you put in a low. In this instance, we did break the previous high. Now it's about, do we break this low? Or, and this would be known as an expanded flat. It's when a flat correction expands past both the high, the first high and the first low of the range. So that's an expanded flat. You break above, you deviate below, and then you get back to moving to the upside. There's also high, low that comes up short of taking out the low and then gets a continuation to the upside. This one's called a running flat because you're front running the lows. So it's called a running flat. So either one is completely possible. I'm inclined to say, Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Let's just take wave 1. And let's just say they are equal or similar in length. So that would actually, yeah, that would actually get you down to 78,997. 78,997. Because you oftentimes do get wave 1 and wave 5 to have similar, to be similar in length. Not always, definitely not always. But oftentimes, yes. So, which one is it going to be? I know which one Piper thinks it's going to be. Speaking of Piper, hey, what's going on? Army Piper, my guy, my dude, my homie, the one that saved my career. It's all dumping. Hold me, LBC. You're fine. You're so fine. Amy's over there swiping the card, and you're just stacking Bitcoin without even lifting a finger. Granted, you're having to spend money to make that Bitcoin, but still, you're getting it back for free. Ish. Mostly. No, you're totally getting it for free. Wait, what else did you say? That's what happens in a bear market, LBC. Break of structure. Yeah. 'Tis true, my friend. 'Tis very true. We are going over all the potential scenarios as the Brits say. I was thinking of something else, but it went and died. So completely lost that train of thought. What I really don't. I probably actually more favor the expanded flat because of just how long we have done this consolidation. I just feel like this is more likely to lead to a bigger move than a smaller move. Could be wrong. It's just the longer the consolidation. This used to be a thing in the last bull run. It was the tighter and tighter the coil, the bigger and bigger the spring. So, same concept, just wrong direction. Same concept, just wrong direction. Break of structure, you break the low. The main thing, and I was talking about this. This is when we've seen our biggest moves. And this is why I actually would prefer to see the expanded flat version, but not like this. What I would prefer to see is a wick down and a wick right back up, closing above this low on the weekly chart. Because if we do that, that quickly turns into a high probable weekly swing failure pattern, which has essentially led to every single big move this entire bull run. I mean, swing failure here, weekly swing failure here, weekly swing failure here. They're so close. Depending on the exchange, it comes down or breaks it or not. So, but it's the same on the top side too. Swing failure here, downside. Swing failure here, downside. Didn't get one here. Fine. Swing failure here, downside. Swing failure here, downside. Swing failure here. This one's actually, yeah, it's still kind of closed above it, but maybe? Hold on. This is also the crypto chart. Hold on. Not the Not a, hold on, let me do Coinbase. Coinbase. There we go. Okay, let's put that here. Okay, so we did get a close. Now, this is something you want to keep in mind just for even in your regular day-to-day trading. If the close, even though it's closing above this high, if it doesn't close above a wick that happened right in front of it, it is not a good high. Or, yeah, it is not. It is a weak high. There we go. It is a weak high. It's not strong. I'm trying to make sure you want to see this candle close above this candle, not only this one. If it swing fails that one and that one, even though this one was a higher high, and even though you're getting a close above this high, you're still not getting a close above a recent high that you just created. So it's not good. It's not good because all this is saying is resistance, resistance, one last push for resistance. And then, especially if you get an immediate bearish engulfing candle off of the highs after a sweep, it's end. It's the end. It's over. You're done, son. Here's where a weekly SFP did not play out. It played out here. How about this one? You got the weekly SFP. But you still fell through. And that's bear market stuff right there for you. So, keep this in mind because the structure is pretty similar to our current price. Just because we get that doesn't necessarily mean it's good. You would want to see some type of bullish structure come in here. I mean, you get one bullish candle. Is it even bullish though? It's green. The body is all the way at the bottom. So those tend to not be good. Shout out to Army Piper and the Dynamic DCA. Make sure you guys are following Army Piper on Piper Academy. Go to the Piper Academy channel, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you guys join their Discord. It's just $5 to become a member and get access to the Dynamic DCA strategy. For a brief moment doing DCA, I started at about 110,000. Piper started at 126, whatever. Stop gloating, okay? And we were as one point last week when we were at like 95 or so, I was already in profit, and or I was in profit. But hey, we're back at a loss now, but that's perfectly fine. We're just going to continue to DCA. But you should really check out that Dynamic DCA strategy. It is goated. And yeah, that rejection, that weekly fair value gap was it, man. It's gonna push. I mean, the probabilities are just so high of just further downside, in my opinion. There's too much saying downside. I mean, we'll see. What about the monthly? Yeah, monthly's not looking good either, fam. And I really didn't like this low on the monthly either. I'm pretty sure I pointed that out. This level looks very tasty. I'm still thinking around 69, 70K. If not a little higher, but this fair value gap on the monthly was mitigated. This one was not. It's this little sliver right here that was not mitigated. And there might even be a little bit of a sliver here. Going to have to extend that. Yeah, down here at about 66, 783, 66, 550. Then what? We stack confluence. Low to high. Golden pocket. No, 786. It's a 786. I got confused. I saw two lines and I thought, oh, golden pocket. Yeah, 786. Just as good. That's the range, I think. My opinion. Do people stop believing in math, greed, and electricity? For the time being, yes, I think they did. I think they did. But yeah, the all important thing though is that 52-week SMA, and getting back above that will say, hey, all right, we're really good, and not just back above, but like weekly candles closing above, and then then we can be like, all right, this looks cool, this is good. But for now, I think it's more inside. Unfortunately, it is what it is. That 786 comes in at 65,580, by the way. And it's just below that one last little sliver. Of course, we also have a fair value gap that didn't get mitigated at about $28,000 on the low side of it. So not every fair value gap is meant to get mitigated, though. Just FYI. What's that 6-month and month yearly look like? Oh, I think I pointed this out. We do have a yearly fair value gap. And there's our little sliver. There's our 786. Our midpoint for last year is it's at 73. Interesting. What about the body? 67. Ooh, more confluence all around this little area down here. Interesting. Yeah, you price will tend to revert back to the midpoint. In this instance, 67,881. If you're taking highs and lows, let's make sure we're taking on highs and lows. You're looking at 73,444. And the golden pocket sitting right down here. So everything says lower to come down and tap this fair value gap before we can go to the upside and start moving to the upside in 27. Downside 2026. Maybe start to consolidate, a little. Let's go back to the weekly. Consolidate sideways a little bit. Where was that level? 73? I mean, it's like right here. That's just below this low. And all those other levels are down here. Right here, back at this consolidation slash end zone up here. So I think this is a pretty good level. Do we have a let's get rid of all this. This is too much. Do we have where's our point of control on here? Right there, 67, 67.6. August, February, where's my low? There. There. That doesn't seem right. That does not seem right. Right. Oh my, I'm so dumb. I was doing the wrong freaking year. Idiots. this year? Golly. Golly. I was doing 2024. We're in 2026. Okay. So the midpoint of last year was actually $100,469. But the candle with that is the middle candle, the second candle of the fair value gap. Thank you very much. Is right there. So also watch the midpoint. I need to go. Also watch the midpoint of that fair value gap, which is sitting right there at 59,812. I think it's a little bit closer to Piper's range. So yeah, definitely want to watch the midpoint of that. Previous yearly fair value gaps came down to the 886 on that one. 886 over here. Oof. Get you down to $48,000. Let's hope we don't do that. This was a little bit more of a volatile time. Bigger drawdowns. Bigger, deeper pullbacks, bear markets. Maybe it won't be as brutal the time. Or maybe it'll just be absolutely terrible. We'll see. Anyways, lasers, what's going on? Pew pew. We hit my rejection call. There we go. I sold 66% of my stack. There you go. LOL. The Coinbase One credit card. That card is very attractive. Yeah, it's kind of hot. I know you do. I signed up in the morning. I have one, Melissa. You guys, all right, you guys are going crazy. Jay Rizzle. Look, you came in late, so I'm just going to do it, okay? Congratulations. You're now a moderator. I'm going to mod Piper too. Shout out to Army Piper and JR. Bros. As always. Love you guys. And yeah. Thank you all for joining me. I do greatly appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow evening. We'll see what the day brings. Not even going to say I'm going to try to do stuff tomorrow as far as the Discord and stuff goes, because I don't want to get anybody's hopes up for something that might be very unlikely because of my current work schedule and how busy I am at work. Well, just got a trainee, and last thing you want to do is be on Discord in front of your trainee. Save that for the downtime. Plus, I'm sitting there I'm trying to teach him. Dude has a million questions, which is good, which is really good, but has a million questions. So I'm always talking, and so yeah. Anyways, love you guys. Tomorrow's Wednesday. It is hump day, so be sure to bring a jacket. Not sure what that means, but yeah, we'll see if I get snowed in this weekend or iced in, and be able to trade next week, and not just because I won't be able to go to work. So we'll see. But yeah, other than that, guys, I thank you for joining me this evening. If you wouldn't mind going ahead and smashing up that like button, hitting that subscribe if you are new, and hit that notification bell to be notified for whenever I create new content and when I go live. As always, we are wave riders. We ride the waves. We get on our boards again and again until we catch that wave that we've been waiting for all day. And then we ride it all the way to the moon. I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep. And I will catch you all tomorrow. Mad love. God bless. Ride the waves. Peace out.
I put on LBC. I put on LBC. Yeah, I put on LBC. On LBC. I put on LBC. On LBC. zone. Stacking knowledge, stacking bags, turning charts into gold. Market makers throw shade, but we glow through the rain. Every dip just a test, every loss turns to gain. Got the fam worldwide, but the roots run deep. From the Med, I was grind to the LBC streets. This for every wave rider who believed in the dream. We gon' put it on the map, keep it real, reign supreme. Reign supreme, reign supreme, reign supreme. I put over LBC, on over